Today, I want to talk about the pivotal and integral roles of self-advocacy and goal setting in turning roadblocks into roadmaps in life. What I mean by turning roadblocks into roadmaps is turning an unfavorable or undesirable circumstance or situation in life into your favor and triumphing over it and moving forward. I have actually presented on this topic for a life skills class, and in about a month or so, we'll be presenting on it again at an autism conference. Also, this topic ties into my second self-help book, Dead Ends on a Direct Road, that I published in March of this year. From personal experience from a tough time in my life, I talk about how to navigate through times like that, and not only that, but also how to turn those times into your favor, use them to your advantage, to triumph from it, and find your true niches and callings. Dead Ends on a Direct Road is available to check out on Amazon, Ex Libris, Barnes & Noble, and more, and I also included it in the description of this video. As you can tell, this topic has really resonated with me in my life so far. I wrote a book that relates a lot to it, and I've also presented on and will present on this topic as well. This topic can really be a game changer for any of us. We all go through undesirable, unfavorable times in life. That's just part of being human. It's part of the human experience. We go through life's ups and downs. And even if those times make you feel that you are at rock bottom, there are ways to help you climb out of it. With the first way or concept that I want to talk about with it is the integral role of self-advocacy in turning roadblocks into roadmaps. Self-advocacy in pretty much anything in life is absolutely imperative. If your cup isn't filled, how are you going to fill other people's cups? How are you going to fill your own cups with what you need and want to do on a daily basis? If you're not feeling right or you're not feeling well, how are you going to do it with your best efforts? How are you going to even potentially feel good about doing it? Something that I want to remind you all of is that our physical health and our mental health are literally physiologically connected. All of our dimensions of health and wellness are physiologically connected. When one of those dimensions of health and wellness is subpar or not doing so great, the other dimensions of health and wellness are going to stumble as well. And vice versa. When one of our dimensions of health and wellness is doing great, our other dimensions of health and wellness are going to climb as well. And a huge part of maintaining our dimensions of health and wellness is advocating for ourselves, for our wants and our needs. You need to advocate for something or some things, plural, that are going to help you thrive, that are going to give you the resources and supports that you need to do the very best you can. You have yourself for life. Remember that. You can't switch in and out of bodies. That's really weird. But seriously, you can't become somebody else. No, you have yourself. Treat yourself well. And since you are you and only you, I really think that you deserve to treat yourself with the love and respect and kindness that not only you would want people to show you, but that you deserve to show yourself. And with all of that, I am not saying at all that self-advocacy is easy. It's actually not. Speaking from personal experience, self-advocacy can actually be kind of difficult. One of those reasons being is because a lot of it is speaking up for yourself in any kind of situation. But you can do wonders for yourself, and I'm going to mention a brief personal example. Back in my previous college, in my previous graduate program, I had a hard time understanding a good amount of the material that we learned. And even though I was kind of maybe nervous or shy about asking for help, I did. I asked some of my professors to do what I called check-ins with me, to just check in with me after class or during an office hours or an extra help session. Hey, do you understand this? Like, not just asking me if I'm good in class, outside of class as well, and asking, do I need any help? Do I have any questions? Stuff like that. And this helped me tremendously. With their help, I understood the material a lot more than I would have if I never asked for help and assistance. It made more sense to me with the ways that they would explain it to me, and I felt like I was keeping up, I was on track. So as you can see, yes, it's uncomfortable, but it is so It is so pivotal. It really is, to practice self-advocacy. And that example that I just talked about in itself is an example of self-advocacy and turning roadblocks into roadmaps. My roadblock was not understanding the material and struggling. I practiced self-advocacy, which all that turned into a roadmap where I understood the material more, and I was therefore able to move on and keep learning and feel like I'm back on track and keeping up. Again, something that reinforces my motivation to advocate for myself is remembering that I have myself for life. You have yourself for life. You can't become anybody else. You are you, I am me, and that's that. The other concept or way that I want to discuss is the integral role of goal setting in turning roadblocks into roadmaps. Goal setting can be completed in various kinds of ways, such as whether that's on paper, on an iPad, laptop, phone, whatever it is. There is not one specific or concrete way to goal set. It's whatever you feel most comfortable with. It's whatever works for you. Goal setting is completely subjective. And something that I want to mention with this concept or way is set up shorter, small-term goals and improvements on the way to achieving your long-term goal and improvement. There are literally so many reasons for that, but one of those reasons being that when we only set up long-term goals, we are only going to look at what hasn't been completed yet, which is going to deplete us of our motivation and drive to try to keep achieving that goal, which can potentially lead us to wanting to quit and therefore make whatever situation we're going through worse and harder to navigate. However, when we set up those smaller short-term goals, we are giving ourselves the opportunities to make improvements and to keep winning as we're trying to achieve that long-term goal. And the more that we keep winning and the more that we achieve, the higher our motivation and our drive to want to keep doing so will become. And this can significantly help us navigate through whatever we're going through. If you're thinking good, you're most likely doing good. Another reason why goal setting is so crucial is because you are giving yourself a layout of ways to get out of whatever you're going through. You are giving yourself visions to achieve, to turn around your situation for the better, to use it to your advantage. And by you setting goals is not only helping you get out of whatever you're going through, but you are also gaining tools and skills along the way because you are achieving new things and you're learning new things, which are only going to benefit you as you progress through life. So with this, you are literally setting yourself up for success in the near and the far future. Every experience that we go through, every life lesson that we encounter, gives us skills, tools, and knowledge that we carry with us for the rest of our lives. Even if we may not notice it in the present moment, years from now, we might have a skill that we didn't know came from something that we did in the past. So yeah, self-advocacy and goal setting does wonders for our near and far future. So I hope that what I talked about today helped you gain greater insight into the integral and pivotal roles that self-advocacy and goal setting have on turning roadblocks into roadmaps in life. Stay tuned for part 2 of this video where I will be talking about the integral and pivotal roles of support groups and self-check-ins with turning roadblocks into roadmaps. Thank you for tuning in to this video and stay tuned for my next one.